I'm gonna answer this with a question to you, and
Hmm.
a question that I love to pose to a lot of my close friends. Let's say you're by yourself in your house, apartment, condo, whatever, alone, completely in the dark, in the middle of the night. You're awake, and you hear a noise, a strange and odd sound, maybe a
Mm.
little eerie. What's the first thing that comes into your mind?
Oh,
What do you think it is?
correct. You
Because
think,
that might answer your question.
yeah, I mean, you think human, most likely,
You're right. Exactly.
physical. But I will counter
Yeah.
you're in the woods, right? Which would end up being more frightening? Seeing a flaming being, right, standing 10 feet away from you, or seeing a person standing 10 feet away from you. By
Oh yeah.
themselves, each could be frightening. Together, which is more frightening?
Oh, the first one, of course. Yeah.
Correct. So I mean, again, it's like, yeah, I mean, yeah, if I'm walking in the woods, and I see a human, that's terrifying, especially if there's no one around. I'm like, what's going on? Uh, if I saw a being of some sort, that's going to trump the person.
Yeah. No,
Um,
that I agree with.
I
But
think either like if you were a government official, I think either would be terrifying. I think one is like, again, it's like it's hard to get too spiritual, but like one has physical ramifications and one might have deeper ramifications. And like,
like what? Like emotional or like
I mean, dude,
like soulful?
I mean, think about this: is like all of humanity. Like, we try to like dodge the question, but like we're gonna all die, and like every culture has most cultures have viewed, like, have answered that question of like, well, what is the meaning of life, and like what happens afterwards. And like we had this conversation a couple days ago, right? Like,
Yeah.
right, that is the temporal versus the eternal, right? The Egyptians had an answer to that. I think the Sumerians had an answer to that. Native Americans had an answer to that. Most cultures, like, this is not this time on the planet. Like, you had a start point, but you don't have an end point.